As you may know, Super Mario Maker 2 released a couple of days ago, Nintendo's official Mario level creation game in which you can make and share your own Mario levels with the people around the world. In typical Nintendo fashion, it caters to both Mario veterans as well as younger players, featuring a cute story mode in which you have to rebuild Princess Peach's castle. It looks and sounds as family friendly as it gets. But is it really? While progressing through story mode, you meet multiple characters who send you on special missions, and Mr. Eraser here is one of them. Upon first meeting him, he makes a reserved and also shady impression, probably an intentional move by the creators since Mr. Eraser, as his name suggests, erases level parts, which is portrayed as something negative in the game, even though it's probably one of the most essential features. He himself paraphrases his profession, saying that you should talk to him if you, quote, need something removed from the equation, end quote. And the text even makes a dramatic pause to underline the gravity of this statement and his work. It's only fitting that all of his missions involve getting rid of enemies, emphasizing his shadiness. These facts alone make him a character to be aware of, although in a playful and ironic way. However, there is a bit more to the whole thing that makes me question who the joke's target audience really is. Look for yourselves what happens when you complete one of his first missions. Alright, I know. Before you get your virtual pitchforks out, let me say that I'm the first to admit to have a dirty mind and that I may be reading something into things where there isn't anything really. Even I didn't think of anything else than what you see on screen when first watching this animation. But already seeing it for the second time, I couldn't help notice a few things. For example, the sound Mr. Eraser makes at the beginning, how he grows bigger before erasing, how the white part of his body vanishes the faster he wiggles around, how he slows down when his job is done and finally falls down in exhaustion. And not to mention the somewhat ambiguous line at the beginning, "This is gonna hurt me a lot more than it hurts you." Of course, you could just say that all of this simply refers to him being an eraser. Of course he's white, of course he vanishes the more he erases, and of course erasing things hurts him too, because he's losing parts of his body while doing so. So far, so good. Nevertheless, there is still more to this than meets the eye. After completing his third and last mission, Mr. Eraser just gives you a shirt since there's nothing more to erase around you, so no weird animation again. Even if you talk to him after receiving the shirt, he simply states, "Nice work, kid, we never met," with the second sentence once again alluding to the shadiness of his work. He probably doesn't want word of his actions to spread around, so he tells you to pretend you and he never met. This is innocent enough, but the real kicker comes when you continue to bug Mr. Eraser, revealing the following dialogue. Once again, all of this can be interpreted with regards to the bad reputation Mr. Eraser attributes to his actions. But you can't tell me that the creators would actively hide a dialogue like this behind such harmless sounding lines like "Nice work, kid, we never met," if they weren't at least aware of the implications they're creating. I mean, they even let you watch the animation over and over again as if to, pun intended, rub the whole thing in. The creators could have simply ended the dialogue with "we never met" and repeat this line whenever the player speaks to Mr. Eraser again. Instead, they intentionally programmed these additional lines as well as the animation to play again, which leads me to believe they went for the suggestive tone of Mr. Eraser on purpose. Sure, I could be wrong and it could all just be a coincidence. But then again, adult humor isn't something Nintendo is unfamiliar with. A recent example would be Detective Pikachu, which, while not being directly produced by Nintendo, features numerous instances of mature comedy that most children probably wouldn't understand. Also, I would like to end by saying that I don't criticize the ambiguity of such comedy in media geared at least in part towards younger people. I actually quite embrace it if it is implemented cleverly and doesn't harm the child's growth. And I'd argue that Mr. Eraser makes a perfect case. A kid who doesn't know about the facts of life yet wouldn't see anything suggestive in Mr. Eraser. He's just an eraser doing his job, making some funny movements that don't reveal anything unintended. But a kid who does know about the facts already may even get a good laugh out of it. I know I burst with laughter when seeing and reading the interactions with Mr. Eraser. Still, I'm interested in how you perceive the situation, so please tell me what you make of Mr. Eraser in the comments. Also, I don't want to promote myself too much, but if you're interested in some of my Mario Maker levels and want to give me some constructive feedback, check the description for their IDs. Thank you very much, and I hope this entertained you as much as it entertained me. See you around!